Hello everyone, Nathan here, and today I'm bringing you my first impressions of a new game that's just about to come out on Steam called Clustertruck. Now, this one comes to us from Landfall Games and will be released on September the 27th. So let's have a look at what's going on here. What is Clustertruck? Well, we're going to start off the campaign, and as you can see, I've actually got quite a long way into this, but it is a very difficult game, so I'm going to show you from the start. And you should get an idea pretty quickly of what this one's all about. It's not a particularly difficult concept. It's fairly self-explanatory. So you've got all these trucks and they're all driving mainly in a straight line, but with some variation, and you basically have to get to the end goal. Now, in the first level, obviously you can stay on the same truck all the way through, and for some reason get an achievement from Steam for it. In later levels though, it gets considerably harder. I'm not sure if there's any kind of impediment on this one. I'm still going to lose because I'm being a bit of a dick. Yeah, one of the trucks is just blown up. They have slight random movement to them, which means that if you stay on the same truck, it might just veer off randomly and crash. Not particularly a big issue in the first few levels, though. Now, I'm not sure how long this video is actually going to last, because there's not a great deal to say about this one. Ah, here we go. And I died. Yeah. It starts to get gradually more difficult, and I actually suck at this level. The reason I didn't want to show you later levels is because they actually get a lot harder than this. Let's jump through that so we get extra time. So, with the random nature of the truck's movement, as you can see, they all sort of steer into each other at the start, and they can be affected by other things around them, like objects, which there is a fairly strong physics engine in the game, which means if a truck gets hit, it will spin off and do its own thing. Don't know what that level was all about. Seemed to be very easy. So this one, maybe there's a bit more to it. Yeah, we're going to crash into these, and you have to make sure you're on a truck that doesn't just die. And that's going to be very difficult. There we go, we got back into it. Now, with that random element where trucks will just go off and do their own thing, and some trucks are alright to be on, and other trucks aren't, there's quite a lot of luck in the game. Now, I'm not saying it's all luck. I'm not saying that if you beat a level, it's just because you were lucky. There's a great amount of skill involved. Quite a lot of twitch reflex stuff where you realise late on that you've done something stupid and you need to get off this truck or change direction. But you can have all the skill in the world and you still won't win every level the first time every time. It also requires quite a lot of patience, because as you can imagine, when these get very hard, you're going to be doing the same level over and over and over again, because you're going to fail a lot, and I am a testament to that. I fail at this game so many times. I don't think I'm going to find a truck. Nope. Now, you'll have noticed sometimes I can slow down time here. Now, that's one of the bought abilities, and in a second I will just show you the abilities screen. You don't start off being able to do this. This is something that you level up and gain. I'll just come out of this and show you now. So if we go to the main menu, oddly enough it's not in the campaign itself, you have to go back to the main menu to buy these things. But there are a few here. You can see the ones I have are double jump, which when you land on a truck you can double jump to the next truck, and slow down time. Now, the double jump is a passive, it's always there, and time slow is an active thing that recharges. There's quite a few others, like you can freeze all the trucks. I assume that makes them all stop, and you can sort of take a second or two to evaluate your next move. And God, I have no idea what super truck is, but sounds fun. So maybe I'll try that out at some stage. Now, there are two key things in a game like this. I'll just go back to the campaign and pick up where we left off. There are two key things in a game like this. The controls, because obviously, if you're crap like me, the controls don't really matter. But if you are a proper player, the controls are pretty key, because you need to be able to quickly change what you're doing mid-air, and you need to be able to land precisely. It is effectively a precise first-person platformer. For some reason, my slow down time ability is gone, so we're going to need to change that, because I am not good enough to do it without it. There we go. Hopefully that brings it back. So yeah, you're going to need... Yeah, there we go. You're going to need precise controls in order to do anything. Because if you can't control what you're doing, then it is completely luck. And that's not what the game should be. Fortunately, the game does have fairly decent controls. there are a couple of odd things, like you'll notice that if I wonder if I can time this, if I can just land on the back of a truck, I can do a massive jump off the top of it. And I think that's a glitch, I don't think that's intentional. You can do a much higher jump if you hit the back of a truck and jump as you slide down it than if you're on top of a truck. It's kind of weird. But having said that, the controls are generally quite a strong suit here. We're gonna die. And the other key thing, I think I said there were two key things, there are, is the level design. Because obviously, the trucks just go in one or two directions and, you know, you jump from truck to truck. That's the basic concept. It all has to be designed around how hard it is to get from one end of the level to the other. And how easily you can jump from truck to truck, the distance between them, all that kind of stuff. It all has to be designed and planned out very well, and for the most part it is. You'll notice I jumped very high there for no apparent reason. Now, as I say, I wanted to show you this from the start because at this stage it's relatively easy, although I'm not making it look that way. No. But let me take you to one of the more challenging missions and just show you what it gets like. Let's do number 1 of World 4, which is lasers. And oh my god. So apparently we have to dodge all of these. Now I'm going to see how long I can just stay in the same place and not get killed. At the moment this is easier than I thought it'd be. Okay, there we go. So you'll see these things get gradually harder and you'll have to time your jumps, time your movements. It's about decision making as much as anything else. Yes, you can have fantastic twitch reflexes and that will help you massively. But if you're just going at the wrong time and doing the wrong things, you're still not going to finish the level. I think we've got this, yep. Now, as I said, level design is generally strong, but there are some issues, and there are some missions you can just completely cheese, and I've noted down one here, which is World 4 Level 6, which is this one. Now, you'll see what I do here. Effectively, the trucks, you usually stand on the back bit, the load of the truck, but you can stand on the cabin, which is considerably lower down than the back of the truck. So if I just stand here, theoretically we dodge that laser, and I can just stand here for the entire mission. So long as the truck doesn't crash into a mountain or something, I don't have to jump. And this is fairly late on in the game, and I can just stay here and complete the goal. Granted, I'm not going to get a high score because I didn't do it very quickly. But it's very, very cheesy, and you kind of imagine that they didn't anticipate people doing that, and maybe they should have. Maybe they should have lowered those lasers so that you couldn't just cheese a system like that, or made them thicker so that it still has the same height but affects you lower down. As for longevity of the game in terms of levels, I feel that's generally going to come from the custom maps, which there is a decent editor for. I haven't really tried it out myself because I suck at that kind of thing. But eventually, once the game comes out, obviously this game isn't out at the moment, so there's sod all here. But you would imagine that the community is going to make some pretty damn impressive stuff. And that's where the fun of the game is going to come from after the initial hour or so that it takes you to beat the most of the campaign. I don't know quite how long the campaign goes on for, but I know I've played at least an hour and got quite a long way through it. Now, one thing I would say about this is with the harder maps towards the end, which, fair enough, I will play. I'll play where I got up to, but don't expect me to win because this is hard as hell. Is they are YouTuber bait. I really should have beat that bit though. But as I said, they are YouTuber bait. They are going to be for people to get mad at on the internet and people to enjoy watching. And that, I think, is where a lot of the popularity of this game is going to come from. PewDiePie is going to play this if he hasn't already. He probably has. And all those type of people are going to get really into it. And that's fine. That's a decent model to build the marketing for your business around. But the game has to be good too. And thankfully on this one, I can say it is. I am slightly concerned with the difficulty of it that getting the abilities that I showed you earlier make levels like the ones that I'm currently doing significantly easier. Being able to double jump literally got me through a mission without me doing anything differently earlier. Just being able to jump higher, change direction, mid-air, that sort of thing, made it so much easier. And I kind of feel like this game needs a challenge. I kind of feel that's what this game is. It's supposed to be a dick game where nothing is easy. and I don't know why I jumped there. But getting those things makes harder things easier. You don't have to use them, admittedly, but the temptation is there, and I can see that there will be people who want a challenging game but will end up cheating. As it's not cheating, but you know what I mean. I still do enjoy the fact they are there, though, because it is a nice form of progression, which you don't really expect to find in a game like this. It is a simple concept that's really fun, and it would have been enough without a progression system as well, but kudos on them for putting it in there. So I think we're about done. Performance is absolutely fine. I'm pretty sure it's locked at 60, but that's, you know, that's reasonable. Not much else to say about this one. Very, very basic concept, but fun. And, you know, if that's what you want your game to be, cool. It's available for £10.99. I believe it's got 20% off on a pre-order sale. Not that I would recommend that. But, yeah, I'll just tell you that it's there. But its base price will be £10.99 when it comes out on the 27th of September. And if you've got a bit of patience about you, if you've got the willingness to carry on and keep trying at a level that keeps dicking you over, then this is a decent game. I have no problems recommending this. It's a good amount of fun, and if you're not terrible like me, I don't know why I did that, then you could enjoy Clustertruck. So, I think that's about it for me today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like down below. Let me know what you think of Clustertruck in the comments, and that was a weird sentence that I never thought I'd say. And subscribe for more like this if you haven't already. Anyway, I've been Nathan, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.